We're live.
We're all set. Okay, so another version of Sponsorship Live this week. Today we have Cavante K. James and his father Rock with us today. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Great.
We're super excited to have you guys. Cavante's been one of Impact's sponsored athletes for the longest time. How long has it been, Cavante?
It's been quite a while. I think
it's going on 3 years now.
A solid 3 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Before we hop into our questions and that we discussed about, we kind of want to talk about sports first. How excited are you guys that sports are back?
I'm actually really happy. It's been a lot boring, no sports, You basically just watching TV. Nothing really happens live,
Exactly.
So you're like, oh, I've already seen this game. Oh, I've already seen this, some of them.
Which sport are you most excited about?
Mainly boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing, basketball, and hockey.
We love it. Yeah, so that kind of leads us to the first question. What you guys know that we're hockey players and we love hockey. What made you choose boxing over hockey?
You haven't made that choice, have you?
No, I haven't really. I haven't. It's just that boxing is my favorite sport right now, my number one sport. And I am planning on playing hockey later on. But for now, I'm going to focus on boxing right now, just for now.
Yeah. Well, it's taking up a lot of your time, isn't it?
It is, yes, sir.
And tell us about your training regimen, because I know I do some things on social media and I see you're posting pictures and what's going on. But tell us what you're doing to stay fit and in shape.
I'm just training. I'm working on strength and conditioning a lot. Working on a lot of technique, mitts, footwork, and everything. Really, to be honest with you.
Does it feel like it's back to normal in the gym, or what's that looking like?
Well,
yeah, we're back. We're back to normal in our gym. Once they opened it up for us, we did like the first week I believe we were at like 25%.
Yeah, 25%.
And I should not say this, but we kind of broke all the guidelines after that, man. We had everybody saying, hey, how can we come? You guys are only 25%. So what we were starting to do was having like 30-minute classes as opposed to an hour class. Right. And within the next week, we had to go back to hour classes because the clients were just like, it's not enough. I need to be in here more. So we kind of went against the grain, and we've actually been really safe. We make sure after each class we're sanitizing all of our bags, all of the equipment. And, lo and behold, with God's grace, we haven't had any cases in our gym yet.
Right. And so everybody's making the decision to come back and do it in a safe way. But people are having a hard time staying away because they need their outlet. And in this case, for you guys, it's boxing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One of the only smallest groups that we haven't really gotten back are the younger kids from the age of 4 to about 7. But our groups on those are still small, which I understand a lot of the parents are probably, thinking for the best interest of the kids, and which we are as well. We kind of have a small little daycare as well in our facility for the parents that want to come, and maybe like single parents and they don't have anywhere to take their kids. So our daycare right now is not open. That's one thing that we haven't opened back up yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, slowly, but it's as close to normal as you could get in these abnormal times.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Jack and I play hockey. As you know, we play in the beer league, and the beer league is back. So we are playing, but when we show up to the ice rink, they take our temperature. You got to wear a mask to go inside. And then from there, it gets a little fuzzy, I think, in that we get into the locker rooms. Everybody takes their masks off. We're all jawing and getting on. We go play, and I imagine they clean the rink very well. It seems to be very clean, right, Jack?
Yeah, they clean it incredibly.
Yeah, so from that perspective, it feels kind of normal when we go and play, although there's teams forfeiting, like they can't get enough players because perhaps there's some sickness on the team, or they're just not thinking that it's safe enough to come play, so they don't come play. It's back to normal as possible in these abnormal times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's bring it back to Cavante a little bit and talk about your boxing career so far. What made you want to kind of go all in on boxing?
I was about 6 years old, and at that time I was playing football. And I don't know, I guess I just didn't like it, and I just told my dad, Dad, I don't want to play football no more. I played one season, and I told him I just want to focus on boxing.
So
They
you
really-
were in boxing then, and you had a taste.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Got it.
I
Yeah.
did boxing, and I also played football. And then I just told him I don't want to play football no more. I just want to focus on boxing.
Yeah. And how has your training changed over those years?
It's been getting harder. We go longer now. At first, I used to start off like at 10 minutes, 15 minutes when I first started boxing at the age of 5. And now I'm 12 and I'm already at 3 hours of training. So, and then we work on a lot of stuff now, like just random stuff out of nowhere, what I thought we would never work on. But yeah, we work on it. So
So they seem like advanced concepts to you?
yeah, it would be like advanced concepts. So like pretty much like an example yesterday. I didn't know this was gonna happen. They never told me. But yesterday for some dudes and me, we pretty much got in a circle and we started dancing. We had to dance in the middle. So I didn't know that was coming. So it was out of nowhere. My dad told me and I was like, oh, okay, like I don't want to do this really, but I got to, It really it really helps on footwork too, dancing.
To dance. Was the music good?
Not really.
Your dad picked it then, right?
No.
No.
The dude doing the class did it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, were you surprised by how well you moved, or dancing's not your thing?
Yeah, dancing's not my thing. But if you were there, you would be surprised on some people too.
Right.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, so I guess next time we see you at an event, you're gonna have to dance for us.
Yeah. Yeah, make them dance.
Bring the customers over. Yeah. We'll dance. That's what's been so weird for us, because we get to spend time with you guys like 2, 3, 4 times a year at the big national boxing events, and we've been stuck here, not going out. In fact, this weekend really will be our first event that we're going to, and it happens to be a small strongman event.
Okay.
But we're just excited to get out and go to something. Even it's tiny in comparison to the boxing events we see you at, but we're just happy to be going to something.
Cavante, do you have any other sponsors?
Yes, I also have Sting Sports. My uncle sponsors me. He's industry.
He's out of Atlanta, Georgia, and his company's called Premier Industries. They basically do custom and commercial size garage doors.
Gotcha. Yeah, from a personal perspective, because we have known each other a few years, and I know you guys were considering moving here. Certainly, still be excited if you guys came.
Yeah, we're hoping. I'm praying. So right now, with everything going on, wifey's got us on a standstill. So I'm just like, get back to normal. Get back to normal.
Understood.
Yeah, so that's a pretty awesome set of sponsors that you have, Cavante. Is there any words of wisdom that you would give to a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old who's looking to get sponsors? What would you tell them?
Be yourself. Don't try to hold back. Don't be shy to tell them who you really are, and you might actually get them from there. Like you'll be surprised.
Yeah, who you really are is the key. That's magic word.
Who you really are. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Right, very well said. I mean, you've definitely separated yourself from the pack tremendously. I'll tell a little story real quick. Whenever we go to events, kind of like we were talking about earlier, Cavante would come and talk to us and stand behind the booth. He would put on the gloves that are too big for him, and he would have the mouth guards. It's incredible. We love that.
Yeah. One of the fun things about our putty, right, Cavante, is it turns into a ball if you roll it perfectly.
Yes.
So during the quieter times, we'd work on making that perfect ball.
I still have them. I have a lot of them.
Yeah, you do.
All right there.
We've got one comment from some folks watching. Says, I'm an 8-year-old boxer and I can't wait to compete. They need to let us compete. Do you agree?
Yes, they really do.
What's the timetable? Are there any events coming soon? Or are you going anywhere to fight? Or no?
Right now, boxing has us on hold, Texas, because of the cases here.
Mhm.
So I really don't know when we will be able to come back. So we won't be having any show events here, or we can't leave anywhere here. So I don't know.
Yeah, right now they have started doing some test events and stuff. And for the most part, most of them have gone pretty well. So then I think the next step after that is start opening like 1-day sanctionings, and then it'll slowly increase to 2-day sanctions, 3-day sanctions, and then on to the national tournaments. Like he said, I think Texas, California, and there's 2 or 3 other states that are still we're not allowed to travel to go compete. So right now we're just staying in the gym, staying focused. So once that call comes, we're gonna be ready to go. We're road warriors. We travel a lot. So that's the first thing that we're waiting on. We were already planning, when Houston gets one, or San Antonio or Dallas, even Albuquerque, we're gonna go. And then we were actually gonna go this past weekend to, I think it's North Platte, Nebraska. They had a tournament out there.
Yeah.
And since we weren't on the list, we weren't able to go.
Right. We were supposed to be there as well. We started talking to them a long time ago about being part of that event. And of course, the event that they ended up with, unfortunately, was a shadow of what they expected when they first started planning. But that's true for all of us. Yeah, they thought it would be pretty big.
Cavante, what are your plans with boxing? What do you want to do within the next year and 3 years and 5 years? What's your goals?
Rank up as many fights as I can as an amateur. And then whenever I get to a good age, which I want to go to the Olympics at 16, like Mayweather. So I would like to go to the Olympics at 16 like Mayweather, be the second person to go to the Olympics. And just, rank up fights, put my name on the map or wherever I can put it. All over the world.
So just doing that math, that would be in 4 years from now. So not this next summer, but the next Olympics after that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Well, I know you put in the hours.
Yeah.
Training wheels.
So tell us a little funny story. Do you have any funny stories with sponsors, or do you have any weird stories, or are there any times when a sponsor never held up their end of the bargain?
Not really. The sponsor hasn't held up to the end of the bargain, but I do have a funny story. It's actually my first sponsor, and it's you guys. And I met you guys at West Virginia, and I went up to Frank, I believe, and I told him, hey, do you guys sponsor kids? And then Frank was like, yes, we do. And I'm like, well, can you sponsor me? And I just told him like that. And he's like, well, we'll see. Let me talk to your dad. And then they were talking, and then he found out that I played hockey. And then, I guess it just went from there.
You're in, right? You said the magic words.
Yes, sir.
You're a boxer that plays hockey. We're hockey players that should learn how to box. Yeah. So you've been a wonderful addition to our team, I must say, because you're always engaged and you're always both on social media and in person when we see you. But and you mentioned earlier, your advice would be to be who you are and tell them who you are when you're applying. How else would you apply that advice? Lots of people come and they don't say very much. They say, I'm a fighter. My record's 10-2. Sponsor me. They don't offer much in terms of who they are. How do you think they get that message across?
Just try to think of a way you can talk to them and don't be so pushy towards them. So sponsor me, oh, can you please sponsor me? I'll do anything like that. But just make sure you have a good paragraph or sentence to say to them, and then make sure you show them your work and what you do and how you do it. See how really good you are. And then if you are like my age, a youth athlete, you can tell them to talk to your parents, like your coach or something, and from there they can talk.
Is there an age you'd advise that they start it at, or not necessarily?
8.
8.
Yes, sir.
You had a pretty special set of skills at 8 that not everybody has.
Yes, sir.
So that made it easy for you to talk to him.
Yes, sir.
I know you're
Yeah,
all.
that's kind of,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's kind of one thing that we've built in Cavante is helping him with like interviews, talking. You know, he's been in front of a lot of cameras as far as like news stations locally for national tournaments. You know, so we're I guess you would say a well-oiled machine that we're preparing him for his future in boxing. So you know, he's gonna be very well spoken. He's going to be very articulate, and he's just going to be there for the people. We want him to be like Muhammad Ali, the people's champ.
That's beautiful, and it's working. You know, our goal with this Facebook group is to help other athletes find sponsorships or earn sponsorships and keep sponsorships, not necessarily just with us, but with other companies as well. We'd like to bring other companies in the mix. In fact, Sting Sports posted a little blurb about a week ago that they were looking for athletes to become sponsored. And so do you have any advice for us on the things that we could talk about to the audience?
I really don't like giving out all my secrets, but no, really it's just being like Jack said earlier, holding up, as well as you guys sponsoring other people, holding up to your end of the bargain as a business. You know, I feel like once a company does that, then you'll get more people wanting to be sponsored by you. You guys have built a great company, a great name for yourselves, and I think that just ultimately is what makes a lot of people want to be sponsored by Impact. We get a lot of emails or messages through his Instagram. Hey, how did you get sponsored through Impact? I want to get sponsored through them. Are they still sponsoring people? You know, we let them know. I'm not sure. We're not a part of the company. We don't know. All you can do is reach out to them and see if they are. And my main thing is I deal a lot with sales. I've always been in sales. So I go by that model. You're going to get 10 or 15 no's before you get that one yes, but you never, ever give up. And that's one thing that we never did. We never gave up when it came to sponsorships. We wrote numerous sponsor letters, got quite a few no's, not right now at this time, or people not even responding back to us. And I think the key is just being patient. As someone trying to be sponsored, just be patient with the companies, because you think right now, especially with the time that we're in, a lot of companies aren't making the revenue that they used to because they're having to downsize on staff or whatever it may be. So as far as that, just for people wanting to get sponsored, just stay focused at what you're doing. Don't let that take over your mind and hey, I want to be sponsored. I want to be sponsored. And then just as a company, like I said, just stand behind your brand and your business and what it is that you guys look for, the standards and the quality that you look for in athletes as well.
Just like in the ring, just keep working.
Yeah.
Keep working.
We love it. Yeah, so we always see Cavante posting about us and posting just in general. We love seeing his posts. Where can the audience find you on Instagram? And do you have any other social media channels that you would like them to check you out on?
You can follow me on Instagram, which is young_dot_nation. That's my Instagram. I also have a Facebook like page. I'm not too sure. I really don't use that one. I don't know what that one is. You'll have to ask my dad for that one. I also have a Snapchat. It is k-.nation. No capitals or anything. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
yeah. We'll have to go follow the Snapchat after this. We didn't know you had a Snapchat. That's awesome.
What's the Dot Nation Foundation?
The Dot Nation Foundation is a nonprofit organization that we created for Cavante. He has always been a very passionate kid about anything that he likes. So he wanted to give back to other kids in boxing, and it's kind of generally moving more to other sports as well. to where we can help kids out with any equipment that they may need, whether it be, say, like hockey, they need hockey sticks or something like that, or footballs. We try to donate back to the community as well, for kids that are interested in sports. And we also do something that is near and dear to Cavante's heart, is kids that have Down syndrome. So we have a local Down syndrome coalition of El Paso that you guys actually made us that yellow mouth guard with the hands on.
Right.
That's what that was actually for. They sponsor us as well. His coach is really good friends with the founder and the owner of that coalition and foundation. So what we did is they invite us out. They have like yearly get-togethers for like Easter. So he'll go out there and he'll mingle and shadow box and stuff with the kids with Down syndrome and things like that. Just lighten up their face for kids that have that Down syndrome. Probably most of them never think about boxing. So when he goes out there and they see him and they're copying him, it just brings a joy to his face. So that's something that we do under our foundation as well. And we're just looking, to grow that and just try to get all kids that are interested in sports to let them know that if you just continue to push and not give up, that anything is possible. And a lot of people don't know that DOT, the DOT, actually stands for dedication over talent.
That's awesome. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know that part either. That's incredible.
Yeah, and that's actually something that we came up with because of his work ethic in the gym. A quick little story of everyone will ask, hey, how did you get the nickname K-Dot? So he was actually playing football at the time, and they asked me, what do you want on the back of your jersey? On his jersey. So I told him I wanted K-Dot and then James. So then after practice, he comes, Dad, why are you going to put dot on the back of my jersey? And I'm like, no, it's not dot. He was thinking the word D-O-T dot. And I told him, no, it's a period. It's going to be a K period and then your last name. And then it kind of just stuck with him after that. We're like, K-Dot. We're going to call him K-Dot. And then, over time, he just started training hard. So about the age of 7, he was committed, training every day, 6 days a week, for about 15, 20 minutes a day. And his coach was like, if he keeps this up, this kid's going to be a world champion. And, me and his coach are actually best friends since middle school. So I would kind of look at him and be like, man, you're just saying that because you're my friend, And then over time, as I actually start seeing him develop and the skills that he started possessing, I said, man, this kid has a gift. God has blessed my son with a gift. If I can continue to support him and stand behind him 100%, he does have that potential. And then that's when we came with dedication over talent.
It's working. Yeah. And one of our watchers says every time as well, they're agreeing with everything you're saying. And I'll say, and I know, Jack, we're running about 25 minutes now. With your work in your foundation, should you find that you need some mouth guards for equipment to help support folks, and you know where to come. We're glad to help you in the work that you're doing.
Most definitely, and we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, we can't thank you guys enough for coming on and joining us. We're always in your corner, and whenever you guys come to Atlanta, we will take you for a hockey workout, and then vice versa, you take us for a little boxing workout, and we'll make it happen.
That'd be perfect.
We'll definitely put you up on that plan. And do you guys know any word about the Lugo de Mayo Fest? Because we were actually trying to go to that. So if you guys hear anything before us, go ahead and send us a message. We'll get out there.
Yeah, we were just over in Mike's gym last week. We did a live there about the tape. It was great to be with him again. We hadn't been, we talk and text, but we hadn't been out there for about 4 months. So it was good to be back. And they're doing well. So as soon as we could get that going again, that'd be exciting too.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it. We're
going to send you the link. Well, you have the link to the Facebook group. If you would tell folks about that, especially athletes that are looking for sponsorships, come join the group. We're hoping that as it grows, it just becomes a better and bigger community of athletes and companies that sponsor them and other professionals that are involved in the business to help athletes understand sponsorships, retain sponsorships, get sponsorships. Just all about sponsorships.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I'll probably most definitely be reaching out to you guys as well. And maybe possibly sponsoring one of our pro fighters that we just picked up. He's actually signed with Austin Trout. Austin Trout is managing him, and right now he's on his verge of going 6-0. Young gentleman. He's originally out of St. Louis, but now he lives out here because his wife moved out here with her parents and stuff. And maybe we see what we can do with that.
Well, if you think we should, we will.
Appreciate it.
That's the benefit of a good, strong relationship, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Guys, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming on, and hopefully we'll see you real soon.
Yes, sir. You guys have a great day. God bless.
See you guys.
See you.